Gloria is surrounded by masked individuals under a locust moon. All of them chant in unison before taking their own lives. However, Gloria wakes up and realizes that it is a nightmare of what happened 5 years ago. She has been a victim of abduction for that purpose, but she escaped. Her mother, Ruth, rushes to Gloria's room to comfort her scared and distressed daughter. The following day, Gloria attends a support group meeting at a local church. Most of the members are victims of traumatic events and abuse in the past. One of them, Mary, shares her experience, but Joan, Gloria's lover, interrupts her by saying that God isn't real. The therapist reprimands her and asks her to leave the group, which she does. Gloria and Joan are both volunteers in a shelter and work together with Kent. After the session, Gloria and Joan end the night in bed together. As her way of showing love, Joan gives Gloria a bracelet and says she has something special for their anniversary tomorrow. According to Joan, the necklace will keep her safe whenever they are not together. While walking alone to her house, Gloria passes by an old van which she finds suspicious. A man from behind abducts her and forces her inside the vehicle. Gloria gains consciousness and sees that she is chained. While her abductor is busy driving, she tries to retrieve her bag quietly and manages to get a hold of her phone. She contacts her mother, but she does not pick up, so Ruth goes straight to voicemail. The abductor notices it and immediately grabs the phone before knocking her unconscious once again. After some time, the abductor brings Gloria to a secluded cabin with chains hanging from her wrists and ankles. He lays her down to chain her to the wall while she is still knocked out. Gloria dreams of awakening from the ritual with her body drenched in blood. She walks in horror through the corpses of the cultists who took their own lives, but she wakes up. Not long after, the abductor's identity is revealed, Thomas, a man whose face is covered in scars and other symbolic drawings around his body. According to him, the cultists need Gloria before tomorrow's sunrise, and after that, she will be free. When Gloria asks why she has been abducted again, Thomas says that she needs to be saved. Meanwhile, Joan calls Ruth after not seeing Gloria in the shelter where they volunteer. Ruth runs to Gloria's room to check and is in shock to not see her daughter around. When she rushes back to the phone, she discovers the voicemail from Gloria, making her worry even more. Later that day, Ruth gets in touch with the police and is interviewed by Officer Carter. However, he claims that the police can only do so much but wait for more leads. It prompts Joan to organize a search with other volunteers from the church. Gloria lashes out at Thomas for the cult's malpractices back in the cabin, claiming that they ruined her life. Thomas says that he has been a part of the cult his whole life, and he even saw Gloria 5 years ago during the ritual. After seeing her on that horrible night, he decided that the cult was delusional, and it had to be stopped. On the night of the sacrifice, Thomas faked his death because he stopped believing in the cult's purpose. He adds that Gloria's abduction serves the purpose of finishing what he started and saving her. Later, Thomas takes a break outside and finds Gloria unchained inside the cabin. When he turns back, she sees her standing behind him as if seducing him. It turns out to be a false vision, and he sees the real Gloria spitting out blood. All the while, Joan tirelessly distributes flyers around town, hopeful of Gloria's return. While doing so, Joan puts a knife on a man who refuses to look at Joan's flyer out of frustration. Gloria's disappearance has spiraled her into a state of panic and urgency. Back in the cabin, Gloria sees the door open wide, and a cloaked figure emerges from the dark. The chains make her more helpless in the given situation, leaving her no resort but to scream. The figure approaches her, but it is just a vision of one of the cult members. Thomas calms her down and tells her that the ordeal will end once he protects Gloria until sunrise. That evening, Joan receives a call from Ruth, who asks her to come over. As she arrives, Officer Carter questions her about Gloria's disappearance with hints of suspicion. The officer brings out the necklace found at the abduction site, the one she gave Gloria. Moreover, the issue about Joan pointing a knife at the uncooperative man is used against her, as if she caused harm to Gloria. Ruth takes Carter's side while he orders Joan to come with him to the police station. In a fit of rage, Joan takes out her murderous impulses on Officer Carter and Ruth, killing both of them. As the night grows, Thomas observes the cabin's surroundings while tending to Gloria's needs. She begs him to tell her what truly happened on the night of the ritual. Thomas informs Gloria that the cult intended to welcome their Dark Lord Abaddon under the light of the last locust moon 5 years ago. If so, they will be reborn under the same locust moon 5 years later. The cultists believe that their lord is inside Gloria for the past 5 years and has been growing stronger. They would have finished the ritual that night, and she would have been sacrificed to bring Abaddon into the world. He warns Gloria that not all cult members are dead, meaning that they should be more careful. Meanwhile, an angered Joan opens a secret doorway in her house and kneels before a figure surrounded by candles. She sincerely prays to it, claiming it is her lord, revealing that she is part of the cult. While asking for strength, she flogs herself as punishment for losing Gloria. Afterward, she sets out on a journey to find Gloria and continue bringing her lord into the world. As time passes, Gloria becomes weaker in the cabin, so Thomas repeatedly comforts her. As he speaks, Gloria sees an apparition of Abaddon, causing her to be more unhinged. Later, Thomas sees Gloria growing weird holes in her shoulders and realizes the truth to the cult's beliefs. He excuses himself and walks away, disturbed by what he witnessed. When he turns back, Thomas sees Gloria standing in front of him in an attempt to be a subject of seduction. She kisses him and pins him to a chair, where they become more intimate. Not long after, Gloria morphs into a demon before vanishing. Thomas is caught off guard and checks on the real Gloria, who has completely lost consciousness. Gloria's crippling state urges Thomas to provide her more comfort, so he transfers her to a bed. When she tells him, she feels weird about herself, and he is in denial of Abaddon's existence. Back in the shelter, Joan gets mad at the volunteers for calling it a day to find Gloria. Ken approaches and introduces her to Mr. Vela, who provides information about seeing a suspicious van. He provides the tip that the abductor's face is covered in scars and is headed east. Instantly, Joan is certain of who the abductor is and begins her journey of following his trail. Meanwhile, Gloria says that she could not take it any longer in the cabin and needs Joan beside her. Upon hearing her name, Thomas reveals that Joan, whose real name is Gwen, is his sister. She is the cult's chosen one and is the only one left to finish the ritual. The scars and marks on his face are all caused by his ruthless sister. All the information is too much for Gloria to handle, leaving her even more confused. Out of nowhere, Thomas hears distant noises from outside and comes out to check the surroundings. While he is still preoccupied, an invisible force unshackles Gloria from her chains, allowing her to escape. She gets up and stumbles upon a room filled with pictures of her and Thomas plot on her abduction. Suddenly, she hears noises from behind and runs out of fear. Gloria runs through the woods and is reunited with Thomas, who comforts her. As they embrace, Thomas notices her hair fall drastically and decides to return her to the cabin. At their arrival, Gloria's metamorphosis continues as she spits chunks of blood and grows wings. Thomas discovers her semi-transformation and persuades her to be locked up. However, Gloria refuses to be chained and restrained once again, claiming that Thomas is selfish and wants to protect himself. At the moment, Gloria is seemingly unrecognizable because of her poor and evil-like appearance. Meanwhile, Joan and Kent drive through a dark road until they locate the vehicle used in the abduction. Kent says that it would be better to communicate with the police, but she is hesitant to do so. Both of them check the vehicle's interior from the outside, and out of nowhere, the sadistic Joan stabs Kent and leaves him. With Gloria's progressing in human appearance, random flashbacks on the night of her abduction resurface. Upon realizing that the demon is already inside her, Thomas holds Gloria at gunpoint, saying that dark forces overtake her. On the other hand, Gloria starts losing herself mentally and begins to speak in Abaddon's voice. She says that Thomas will be killed before his soul is brought to hell. He takes the gun away from her face and gets a flashback of him being burned by Joan. Thomas rushes outside while he continues to remember the bitter past. All his sufferings are behind his sister's doing, whom he reunites with again, in the most unfortunate situation. Gloria wakes up surrounded by candles while she is tied to a chair. In a comforting voice, Joan tells her that everything is going to be okay. Despite Gloria's pleas, Joan pays her no mind and even taunts her about her physical degeneration. Shortly after, she puts the necklace around Gloria's neck, planning to kill her without remorse. Gloria is heartbroken, to say the least. Joan's surprise for their anniversary turned out to be her untimely suffering. Meanwhile, Thomas wakes up inside the cabin, but Joan has locked him from outside. He peeks through the door and persuades Joan into stopping her sadistic ways, but to no avail. The siblings continue to talk about their childhood, revealing that their parents own the cabin. Determined to stop the cult's inhumane practices, Thomas rips out the planks of woods one by one to escape captivity. He eventually escapes and plans to stop his sister right away. While Joan chants an incantation for Gloria around the pentagram, visions of other cultists appear behind their leader. Gloria is helpless and is gradually taking the form of Abaddon while the occult ritual progresses. Thomas breaks the door with an axe to stop the ceremony, but he ends up in an empty field. There, he sees Gloria approaching her, letting him know how beautiful the place is. Abundant plants fill the land as the skies are similar to that of a beautiful sunset. Once again, Gloria seduces him, but he soon realizes that it isn't her after all. He breaks free from the illusion and slashes the axe into Joan's back in reality. However, Joan survives the hit while Gloria becomes more powerful. She continues reciting the ritual, putting Gloria in total control of the situation. Thomas tries to stop Joan countless times but fails every time, in accordance with Gloria's powers. As the ritual nears its end, Abaddon emerges from outside, walking toward Gloria. His evil figure overpowers the whole room, but Thomas tirelessly tries to stop the ritual. Without a choice, he kills his sister with a shovel, causing Abaddon to shriek and disappear. After some time, Thomas tearfully approaches Gloria's seemingly lifeless body and brings it outside. As the sun is about to rise, Gloria opens her eyes before saying, "It's over." Gloria suddenly attacks him and reminds the poor man that his soul will burn for eternity. In his dying breath, he witnesses Gloria take a demon's full form. Not everything is as it seems, and Gloria found out the hard way. The woman whom she trusted her life was the very person who wanted to take it away, and the man who abducted her ended up being her savior. But ultimately, Thomas pledged his life to save Gloria, failed horribly and this cost him his life, bringing this story to a grim close. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.